Welcome to the Junior Achievement of Dallas JA Career Speaker Series Architecture and Construction Cluster. Here are your assignments.
My name is Srishti, and I work for McCarthy Building Companies. I volunteered to be a part of Junior Achievement of Dallas for this speaker series, as well as the mentorship program. I work as a senior estimator here in Dallas for McCarthy Building Companies. My job consists of estimating how much a project, a building will cost. When a client comes to us with the design of a new building, they almost always have a budget in mind. Let me explain this. For example, you want to go shopping and you only have $100 to spend. You're going to find the best way to spend that money and get all that you need, correct? Same as with construction. The owners look to us to make the best use of their money. We're like their personal shoppers when it comes to buildings, if you will. I've worked for McCarthy, and my company helps clients with pricing these buildings, making sure they can get what they desire and still stay within their budget. And we also construct these buildings for them. Let's talk about my background. I grew up in India, and trust me, I did not dream of becoming an estimator. I did not even know there was a job like this. My uncle is a civil engineer, and buildings and construction have always fascinated me. I was good at math and science, so I decided to pursue civil engineering. After graduation, I realized that I did not enjoy the job of a civil engineer. Calculating load and strength on a software all day long wasn't my cup of tea. I wanted to be the part of the action, so I decided to look for opportunities in construction management. That's how I landed at Texas A&M for my master's. I interned with a highway company and was on the I-35 East project. Yeah, the never-ending I-35 East construction project. I graduated and took a job with a different GC. I built solar power plants. This job was demanding, and I moved from job to job. I built a solar power plant in Nevada and one in Oregon. And now, mind you, I took this job because it paid well. Little did I know that making a lot of money does not always mean having a better life. So I decided to quit that job, and that's how I landed at McCarthy, my current company. I started working on the field as a project engineer for a private school here in Dallas, Parish Episcopal. Once the project ended, I was asked if I would be interested to help out the estimating team. This was supposed to be a filler job till our next big project started in Dallas. That was 2.5 years ago. I've never looked back. I enjoy working as an estimator. I've worked over 25 projects so far, from parking garages, performing arts theaters, hospitals, you name it, and I think I've done it. It's fast-paced and keeps me interested. I get to know what's coming up in the DFW area. Like what's the next big hospital? What's the next big parking garage? Or what college building is coming up? And I like that. As far as education goes, I have a bachelor's in civil engineering and a master's in construction. To be honest, there's no need for master's in construction here in USA. Coming from India though, my master's helped me getting a great job here. My company hires people with engineering, architecture, and construction backgrounds. There are always some exceptions. One of my colleagues has a degree in communication and another one in finance. We've also had interns pursuing chemical engineering. I would say for you to work in construction, you need to be flexible and good with people. That's all it is. It's about creating relationships with everyone you work because construction is a very small industry. Even though it looks big, you keep running into the same people over and over again. As far as financial literacy goes, the financial system here in USA is different from what I grew up with. So I had to learn and adapt fast. My first credit card, I got it when I was 24 years old and had the credit limit of $300. So Overspending and accruing a credit card debt was almost impossible at that point. I read a lot of articles to understand what credit score is and how to maintain it. I've never paid late fee for my credit card dues, and I completely believe that it's something that can be avoided. By nature, I'm a saver. I've always been. Even as a kid, when my mom would get me a piece of chocolate, I will take a bite and save the rest for later. I like to have some cushion built up before I will go out and spend it all. I would recommend all of you do the same. Never spend the money you don't have. Never. These credit cards lead you to believe that you have a constant supply of money, which you don't. Only spend the money that you have. Also, something that I watched out for was lifestyle inflation. Once you start earning, you get the urge to spend it all on luxuries, or you may feel the peer pressure from your friends to go party or go to expensive restaurants. I tried to keep that in check. I really wanted to save for the down payment of my house. So I kept my eyes on the prize and resisted the peer pressure to spend it all. To give you a time frame, I started working in 2016 and I closed on my house in January 2019. Yes, it's fast, but it's possible. Set goals and check in with yourself often to stay on track.
I want to share a little bit about who I am and what I do every single day. I studied civil engineering at the University of Tennessee in Knoxville, and I've always been someone who was interested in asking why and how to about anything. And when I was in the fourth grade, I remember my parents hired an architect and a contractor to renovate our house. And I was completely enamored with this process of seeing them tear everything out and build it all back new. And I'd run home every day after school and watch them and ask them questions. Truly remarkable. And then when I was in high school, I was able to take architectural drafting and met some engineers as well. And that's when I realized that engineering was for me. And so I started looking into curriculums at various colleges that I was thinking about applying to. And I realized real quickly, after looking at the classes that I would have to take for mechanical and electrical, that the civil engineering classes suited me much better. So I chose civil engineering for my major. And I'd encourage every one of you guys out there that's thinking about a major or thinking about college to look at some of those classes, because it can be a real eye-opener for you. After I graduated, I started out in the construction industry and have been in the construction industry since 2003. I'm currently the Director of Business Development for Structure Tone Southwest. We are part of the STO Building Group, which is an $8 billion commercial general contractor that's all over the United States and composed of 10 different organizations and also over in Europe. And every day I get to help solve our clients' construction challenges and work with architects and engineers and contractors and plumbers and electricians. And we get to help them build buildings. And so what we primarily focus on are commercial construction projects like data centers, healthcare facilities, corporate offices, and everything in between. And the exciting part that I love every day is getting to see the beginning and then the very end of these projects. It's so amazing to see something come from nothing. In college, when I was taking a lot of hard classes in engineering, many times I would be frustrated. And now I look back and I realize that the biggest thing I learned in college was how to learn and how to problem solve. Now, when we're faced with challenges at work, we break these problems down into manageable ones, and we work together as a team to solve them. And that's all I've got to say today, guys. I really appreciate you all watching this video, and I can't wait to get back volunteering in the schools with everyone. And if you have questions or interested in talking about construction, engineering, or architecture, please reach out to the Junior Achievement Team, or you can find me on LinkedIn, and would love to chat with you about that. Take care and stay safe.
Thanks for watching. Students, have you completed the survey and your assignments? Follow us on social media.